guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure we turn on post notifications. We are starting off with Doja Cat because allegedly she is working on a new album coming in 2025. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, Scarlett to me was trash compared to Hot Pink and Planet Her. So if she go back to old Doja, I'm here for it. If it's demonic Doja, I'm not here for it. Okay, or dark Doja Cat or weird Doja, I'm not here for it. She needs to stick to the status quo. No shade. I don't like to box people in. I really don't. I think people are allowed to experiment, but sometimes the experiment goes left. Okay, and in Doja Cat's case, I think Scarlett went left, and that's why the sales were low. I also think that Doja Cat should do more female collaborations, okay? And I understand that, Doja Cat doesn't really like to do a lot of female rap collaborations because the female rappers are messy. Let's just be completely honest. But I do feel like, you could do a song with, I would love, a Victoria Monet. That would be fire. If her and Victoria Monet do something, Sabrina Carpenter. Her and Normani were in talks to do something. I guess, that got sabotaged. Normani gets sabotaged all the time. But at the end of the day, I do feel like she should collaborate with more female artists. It don't even have to be rap. It could be R&B and pop. But I feel like Doja Cat, she don't really embrace female artists like she do the male artists, in my opinion. Now, Titanic Records is paying for more accolades for Botch and Bitter. Payola Board announced that there is a Botch and Bitter effect. They said thanks to the rappers' remixes, established veterans and rising rookies have seen their songs hit new levels. And then they showcase 6 of Botch and Bitter's most impactful remixes on the Hot 100. They talked about her collaboration with Bruno, Maroon 5, and Gorilla Glue. Okay. They also mentioned the Wannabe remix because the Wannabe remix did not chart, but it helped move the original song up the Hot 100. I feel like they trying to use the same formula that they used with Nicki Minaj. You know how Nicki Minaj was known for her impact on remixes and songs and how it definitely increases the song's chart positions and sales. I feel like they're trying to use that narrative for Cardi B because it looks like she's on a feature run. She just put out a feature with Peso Pluma. She put out a feature with Gorilla Glue and Megan Thee Stallion. She put out a feature with Flo Milli. So she's on a feature run, but I don't feel like the features stick. The Shakira feature completely flopped. So I don't really believe that there is a Botch and Bitter effect. I do believe that there is a Botch and Bitter curse. When you do work with Botch and Bitter, 9 times out of 10, it does affect your career in a negative way in the future. No shade. You don't see the Ice Spices and Doja Cat's mimicking Botch and Bitter. They're mimicking Nicki Minaj. Doja Cat used to do that, especially during the Planet Her era, because that will bring in more success for their music career. They're not mimicking Botch and Bitter because they'll flop doing that, okay? They want increased sales, so they have to attach themselves to Nicki Minaj and her algorithm. Now, Megan Thee Stallion dropped her new album, and she definitely was taking some subliminal shots at Botch and Bitter, Nicki Minaj, and allegedly Kelsey, okay? So, in the song that she has with UGK, it's called Paper Together. She said, you ain't a bad B word if he cheat and then you staying with him. Then she said, you want a B word like me? Get your paper together. Okay? So, no shade. That could be directed at Botch and Bitter because she tends to stay with Off the Cheat even though he has a cheating scandal every other month. No shade. Now, in Figaro, she comes out the gate swinging, especially at Nicki Minaj. She said, coochie hoes on the internet using me to drive traffic. Okay. She said, white B were on the internet dissing Megan. I wonder if she's talking about Iggy. Did Iggy recently diss Megan? She said, Black Ghostwriter, what the F these niggas thinking? Okay, so she's calling out Iggy for not writing her raps. Interesting. She might be mad at Iggy writing that letter for Mr. Lanez during trial. And she also is smashing Tory. So Megan says, I'm a mother effing brat, not a Barbie. I'll go with any B word that want to start it. Okay, so I feel like that was definitely a jab at Nicki Minaj, okay? Because Nicki Minaj does call herself a Barbie. So I feel like that's the reason why Megan mentioned that. Then she said, all these rap ass B words really giving scary. Every time we link up is giving figure out. Okay? All these rap B words giving fake ass hoe. Every time we link up is giving figure out. Okay? So she calling somebody scary and fake. Everybody feels like it is directed at Nicki Minaj. Feels like Nicki Minaj is scary in person. That's what fans were saying. Then she said, I wish a bitch would say it to my face. You an errand runner. Name holds no weight. Okay, so that could be directed at Kelsey. She said, red wig on won't let him ski. Wait, is that a sexy red diss? Red wig on won't let a nigga ski. So let me know how y'all feel about that. She definitely was throwing shots in the song Figaro. Now, in the song Accent, she said, put an N-word in his feelings. I wake up pissing off B-words. They all be talking to the wall. I make them question their existence. So some fans feel like that was shade towards, Nicki Minaj. Because when Nicki Minaj was dragging Megan Thee Stallion after Piss came out, Megan Thee Stallion didn't really respond. So that's why fans feel like, Nicki Minaj was kind of talking to the wall and Megan was unbothered. That's what the fans were saying. Then she said, next N-word I make famous, I'm collecting my commission. I think that is a diss towards Partisan Fontaine. Tory Lanez was already famous before Megan Thee Stallion. Same thing with the baby. Partisan Fontaine, he was kind of known, but he was never as big as Megan Thee Stallion. Then she said they D-ride, then they start dissing. I ain't effing with no ass kissing. What the F these hoes talking about? Looking for me, I was never missing. Okay? So let me know who you guys think that was about. She's talking about somebody that was kissing her butt, but then they start dissing. That's very interesting. Could that be a Botch and Bitter shade? Because Botch and Bitter was kissing her butt, okay, especially after whopping bozos, but she did diss Megan Thee Stallion in the song, I believe it was the Like Trash freestyle that she put out. Then she said, I'm the one hoes trying to be. That's Erica Banks shade. She also said, if it's smoke with my little sis, I'm at your door with it, okay? Now, the only person Gorilla Glue has been really beefing with is JT. So that lets me know that, if she has to choose between Gorilla Glue and JT, she's choosing Gorilla Glue. Now, for the Where the Girls At song, she said, F peace, let's choose violence. They loud, but it's quiet. No tea, so the B word start lying. Okay, so that could be directed at Kelsey or Nicki Minaj, because remember, Kelsey and Nicki Minaj were talking when Nicki Minaj was releasing Bigfoot. And she said she did have some text messages and receipts on Megan Thee Stallion. And if Megan Thee Stallion came out and said that she was lying or anything, that she was going to reveal everything. And that's why Megan Thee Stallion remained quiet. But it looks like Megan Thee Stallion is clapping back and saying that people have fake tea. She could be talking about Kelsey and Nicki Minaj. Now, moving on to Rattle, Megan really gets into it and she goes for the juggler. She said, ain't got no tea on me. This whole thing she TMZ. Then she said, the sooner you accept that I'm that B, the better your life will be. Okay? So a lot of fans feel like, again, she's talking about Kelsey and Nicki Minaj. She said, buy a Birkin city to city, writing verses, B words ain't penny. Okay? So she's saying that she basically got the best pen game. in female rap. Let me know if you guys agree with that. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. No shade. Then she said the only time y'all N-words in agreement is when y'all trying to go against me. Could be talking about the baby and Tory Lanez. Remember, Tory and the baby kind of went up against her. Champagne Thickums dissed her. Eminem dissed her. Then she said the only time you weak hoes link up is when another B-word try to get rid of me. Okay? A lot of fans feel like she's talking about Erica Banks, Kelsey, because I believe Erica Banks and Kelsey's boyfriend or husband used to work together or something like that. I think he was in cahoots with 1501. And Kelsey was talking to Nicki Minaj when Piss Drop. Then she said, but F it, I'll go to war with the whole world. Street N-words, rap niggas coming for the hot girl. Okay? So basically she feel like everybody be coming for her. But she willing to go up against everybody by herself. Then she said, my name start all the discourse. Hate the stallion. Turn ops into homeboys. This tough guy act so forced. Yo, why am I standing on business for pro-choice? Cause these niggas don't beef with niggas. They scared of each other, but they beat on women. Interesting. I wonder who she talking about that be beating on women. Is that the baby? Okay, because I know the baby be quick with his anger. Okay, maybe Tory Lanez too. But at the end of the day, you let them both smash. Okay, so that's null and void. Because they was abusive before you let them hit, and you still let them hit. Same thing with Trey Songz. So I don't really feel bad for you, Megan Thee Stallion, because you still let these abusive N-words hit. You didn't care. Then she also said, I ain't finna let the internet trick me. If I split a bill with an N-word, gotta split me. Why would I go half with a nigga who's 50? Ain't finna be as big as my 50. Okay, so I guess that's a diss to Partisan Fontaine. Okay, but Partisan Fontaine don't have a lot of money like that for him to be paying all of your bills like that. I mean, he's a writer. He's not necessarily an artist. He's not making $20 to $30 million. He can't buy you a Birkin every single day. So I don't understand why she would expect Partisan Fontaine to fund her lifestyle. Then she said, damn B-word, it's been 4 years. Worry about your man and your kid. Your life must be boring as F if you still reminiscing about ish that we did. And I ain't worried about the bitter B-word link up. Y'all hoes earned them seats in the fan club. Ain't got no tea on me. This whole thing, she TMZ. Okay, so more shots at Kelsey and Nicki Minaj. Overall, because I did listen to the whole album, I will say that I would give this album like a 5 out of 10. I don't think that this was Megan Thee Stallion's best work, if I'm being completely honest. Okay? A lot of the choruses for the singles did sound similar to each other. I feel like, a lot of the songs were surface level. I don't feel like this album was better than Traumazine, in my opinion. And then what was the collaboration? Didn't she say there was a big male feature on the album? Yeah, so I would give it a 5. I really wouldn't go back to this album, if I'm being completely honest. Now, Scratch Off decided to put out a song called Big Mama. The song is corny as F. It's a -0, a -1500 in my opinion. Not even a -0. She talking about, oh, I don't play about side chicks. Meanwhile, you are one. Okay, the man that you messing with, that you got his name tatted behind your ear, he's married. So how can you not play about side chicks, but you are one? Then she is dissing allegedly Ice Spice, telling somebody to stick to TikToking. But you haven't had a hit in years. I don't understand how you could throw shade, yet you on the bottom of the barrel when it comes to female rap. Okay, you've been in the game since 2015 and you still a flop hoe. Please shut the fuck up. It was a -1500. Now, moving on to Queen B. Queen B and Megan Thee Stallion were the only black female artists to reach #1 on the Hot 100 in 2024 so far. Chart Data and Payola Board put out a list of all the artists that have so far went #1. We got Queen Ari, Kanye West with Ty Dolla $ign, Kung Fu Kenny and Queen Ari went #1 twice. Kung Fu Kenny been having an amazing year. Sabrina Carpenter, Morgan Wallen, the chart obsessed racist, Tenny Swims. But to be able to go #1 as a black female artist is really impressive, okay? Because there's only 2 on this list. So we got to congratulate Megan and Queen B. Even though, to be quite honest, I don't think Texas Boredom deserved to go #1. And as for Piss, Nicki made it go #1 by giving it attention. So, it is what it is. Now, as for Tanaje, we ain't getting no sleep. Unfortunately, I don't like this song either. I feel like this song is giving very much TikTok, and I'm such a huge Tanaje fan, but I don't like a lot of her recent music because I feel like she's trying to get a TikTok single. She did it with Nasty, and now I feel like she's doing it with this song. Okay? I'm not crazy about the single if I'm being completely honest. I'm being honest, I really don't care for the single. I think that she could have put out something a little bit better. Now, as for Camila Cabello, okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm not usually a big fan of Camila the Racist, but her album wasn't too bad, okay? I would give it a 7 out of 10, okay? Won't be buying it, but I definitely, stream a few songs. I actually streamed the whole album, but I definitely did not buy it. I will say the Ugly record with Champagne Thickums, not too bad. I don't mind that record. The song with the City Girls, now that song is a bop. Too bad the City Thoughts broke up, but the song Dade County Dreaming, that song is a bop. Okay, I do like that record. She definitely should push that to be the next single because the one with Bottom Nas X was a flop. I didn't like that song anyway. I like Pink, XOXO, and Boat. I like those songs too. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I don't know. I feel like it was a lot of up-tempo, records that you kind of could dance to and, drive around listening to. No shade. I like this album. No shade. I really don't like Camila the Racist, but I can be unbiased and give her 7s. She'll not get a 10 from me, but I can give her 7s. Now, it looks like Katy Perry is being put on blast by some people on her team. It has been reported by the Daily Mail, okay, that Katy Perry was warned by her team not to work with Dr. Puke, especially on a new female empowerment album, but she decided to ignore her team's pleas, okay? Now, if she was still in contract with Dr. Puke, why would her team be begging her not to work with Dr. Puke? Interesting. That's why I don't believe that rumor that she's still in contract with Dr. Puke, because she did not work with Dr. Puke on the Premise and Smile album. And if you're in contract with a producer or whatnot, they don't just allow you to skip albums. You can't just choose what albums you want them on. Okay, it has to be for all the albums, that you have with the label. So, again, the Kitty Cats, you're going to have to use another excuse for the Dr. Puke collaborations. But at the end of the day, I'm sure people will still support Katy Perry. I don't think people really care. It might just be internet outrage. So we'll see what happens when the single and album comes out. Now, moving on to JT's OK remix featuring Jeezy. I think that the remix is fire. Okay. I give it a 9 out of 10. The only thing is JT should have released this weeks ago, in my opinion. But other than that, I do think she did a phenomenal job. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon on Katy Perry and the Chart Obsessed Racist. Link will be in the description. And I hope you guys have a great day.